Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. This is a special Friday night. Come on in, everybody. We are excited about tonight, the celebration of 1 year anniversary, and also having my spiritual daughter, Ursula O. Robinson. That's Professor Ursula O. Robinson. We are excited tonight. Come on in. We're going to be talking about being a priority and prioritizing, and we're going to be talking with no other than Ursula, as AKA Miss Linda. Everybody knows her now across the global as Miss Linda and Divorce in the Black. So everyone knows her that. I know her a little more than that. Right. But we're gonna talk about it on tonight. So come on in. Just like, share, and tag. Tag as many people as you can as we have a conversation on tonight with real deal Professor Ursula O. Robinson. And we also will talk about some other things that are going on in the world. And she's going to stay with us the whole time because why? She's used to me. I'm a pastor and all that other good stuff. So she's going to stay. Well, in the beginning, we're going to be talking about her. And we're just happy. So tag, like, and share to as many people as you can. This is an exciting night. This is a time, even with Ursula, that we knew was coming, but the best is yet to come. Yes. And I want her to talk some, and I'm actually going to ask her a couple of questions, things that some of you may not know, because a lot of you just know her as AKA Miss Linda in the Tyler Perry movie, but we know a little bit more in the greatness that lies in her that she's not letting everybody know. But after tonight, you will know some things and some more things to look forward. So, Ursula. Yes. How does it feel not only to be here on my first anniversary of Faith Shares Real Wisdom, but also to be here as a star? Right. First of all, happy anniversary. I applaud you. I remember you starting this and you a whole year. That's awesome. That's awesome. Right. And I remember, this, when are you going to do it? What night? And stuff like this. And look at it. You've done it. You've been blessing people's lives. So behind your do was some blessings. Exactly. And she was a pusher. Yeah. Another one of my pushers. And how does it feel to be? This is what I tell people. I always been Orangeburg famous because I've taught most of the students I taught, I work at Claflin and at South Carolina State, and I work with Upward Bound at Claflin, and so I work with 10th through 12th graders. I used to work with 9th through 12th graders, and then I work also at Denmark Olar, helping them bring drama to the students there. So any day of the week, I can walk through and someone say, "Hey, Miss Robinson." So I'm used to being recognized, but am I used to being recognized on this level? No, no, I'm not used to this whole thing, but I'm okay with it. It's great. Everybody stay in line. I stay in line because I like people. I really do. You really do like people. Yeah. Now I'm going to say that she really does like people, but Ursula, being that you have to tell me everything that I already know. Right. But is this something that you wanted? Yes, it was something I wanted. And it was a desire I had, but I put it aside because in undergrad, I met this agent. And the agent said to me, someone brought me to her, and she said to me, "Ursula, you're going to have to grow into your faith." I had a big body. I was a big woman with a baby face. And at the time, that just wasn't what was happening in the industry, right? Right. And so she was just being honest and real with me. But because I was insecure,
about all of that going into the industry, then it hit my insecurities. And instead of trying to get out there and do that, I went the other way and started teaching. Now, not that teaching was my fallback, because I've been teaching most of my life because my mom's a teacher. My mother's a Head Start teacher, so I was teaching kids when I was a kid, helping my mother in Head Start. And so that kind of deterred me and kind of moved me away from that. And then um, I would say right before the pandemic, I was working with I call him my godson, my son now, but former graduate Erskine. Erskine was, we went to LA and we went out there, and Tammy Mag had a monologue slam, and he and I were both in it, and she did a lot of stuff to help waken the dream. And then while I was out there, I was like, oh yeah, I saw it. I was like, yeah, it's wonderful. So now, once we came back, according to him, that I had some kind of gleam in my eye, and that's when I decided that I was gonna go ahead and go into the television and film business or industry at a different level. And so I started doing things. I'm thankful to Andrea Craven for who got me background work, and I'm thankful for Andre Meekins for introducing me to her, and I started doing background work, and then I started putting myself out there on Actors Access before I even had an agent. And Jack Kennedy, who is the casting director for CSI, he during the pandemic, he had this audition. I don't know if it's not wasn't a contest or anything, but they said let's look at new actors. And so like thousands of people from all over the country, maybe even the world, sent in auditions. He picked out several of them to focus on them being African American actors who were not represented. So from there, that is when I got my first agent, and I was working in pocket with her. And then I worked with Get Seen Studios, had a class with Jay Purvis, and then I signed with Jay Purvis. And so it's been great and wonderful, a great transition, which I wouldn't have been able to make to do some of the things that I've been doing without the help too of my colleague Gerald Hunt and my students at South Carolina State University. Everyone has been working really well with making this happen. So it has been a journey, but it was a desire I had even as a kid watching the Oscars. And this image is clear in my head of me laying on my stomach, my feet dangling, kicking in the air, watching the Oscar award show. So this has been a dream for me.
And it's been a dream. So let's go to the part where some was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Being there with you. Um, First of all, I'm going to ask you because I know the journey has literally been a journey.
Yeah.
More journey than vacation.
Right.
So, one of the things I want to know what helped you, not when you had a part, but you were teaching. And one thing I will say about Ursula O. Robinson, even though we laugh at the part, and everybody, because she did that church scene, like that's what she do. Like that's what she do at the ministry. She does things at the ministry, believe me. But she keeps her clothes on.
Right.
But even with that, what can you say through the years that helped build your faith, even being in the ministry that you're in?
Yeah. Well, one of the things that now, as a kid, I always said to myself I was going to be famous. So when I would do stuff, I had a club name before people had club names. And so I was like, I can't do this right here because I'm gonna be famous one day. It's always been kind of in my head, and then I kind of let it go, and everything. And when I let it go, I was here. I came here in '99, and I think I met you guys in 2000, right? 2000, that same year I started going to Spiritual Foundation Ministries. And I was a church kid. I'm a PK. I call myself, even though my grandfather was the pastor. We were with them so much. Yeah, it was like we were PK. So I grew up and I understood about faith and believing. But what I've gotten out of the ministry is not just dreaming, but doing. What the one of the things that you posted the other day is like, what's in your hand about Moses, and then but you say, well, what's in your mouth too? But what's in your hand, teaching us to activate our faith, believe God, and pursue. You guys promote education. You promote going on your careers. You promote a whole life promotion. So it's spiritual, and then it's practical, and it's physical information. So I got there. But one of the best things that I love about what I got from my church is support.
Oh, that we do.
Now, along the way, before I started working with Mr. Perry, I was writing and directing plays around here and at South Carolina State University. And I've taken some plays different places and done some things. And I started using the members of the church as my actors and all kind of different things. And in fact, Pastor Faith's husband, Apostle Washington, George Washington, he played my husband in one of the plays, and he's always been a part of kind of what we're doing. We did comedy shows.
Yes.
We did everything and every. We incorporated drama into ministry, because I believe that the arts is a ministry anyway.
That's right.
I believe that arts help you become smarter, right? But also to help you express yourself in ways that are more positive than some of the negative ways. But arts can heal you. The releasing of something in a painting, a dance, a song, a monologue can make your life better. So I believe that arts really are very important, and we have incorporated them into the ministry, or I won't say we, but it was already there when I got there. Just an embracing of who I am. Oh, and everybody at the church supports me. Everybody at my church, I promise you, and no haterade, but everyone supports. So the people around me and stuff are people I've known for 20 more years, and they have been a blessing to my life. When I didn't have things and I didn't have stuff, they have shown up for me. When I needed things, they have shown up for me. So I am standing on a large mound of support in several different places, even at my friends and my colleagues at South Carolina State who push for me and help me, and even my friends in the community, even my professional friends, just a great mound of support. And that to me is beautiful.
Yes, I'm gonna say this about Ursula, Professor Ursula. Ursula said it, all these good things that everybody know her. Miss Linda, right now, she's globally known as Miss Linda, that mama who had the boys to get her son out the casket.
Mhm.
So, but I want you to know that this lady, I can say this personally, um, can do a monologue like no other, and can do it on the spot. How do I know? I have put her on the spot many a times.
Yes.
It's the day of, and I was like, Ursula, I need you to do something on this, and she's like, Mama, I need it on this, and this. And when she comes and she would get before, whether it was a women's conference, whether it was just a regular service, because our regular service is not regular service, um, she would just come with it. She is a awesome, and the world does not know yet, but they will know. She's a awesome writer, producer, and director.
Yes.
Awesome one. She has done this for years, not just for ministry, but for so many things. Sold out shows on the campus.
Mhm.
She has played around with her gift. Yeah, that part. See, this is the part where y'all can't do that. I can. She has played around with the gift. So she got her mouth open, but we keep it real all the time.
Yes.
This lady is more than a Miss Linda. You ain't seen nothing yet. But and you can ask some of the people
Right.
who had been in her productions. She make them want to quit 10 to 20 times.
Right.
But they stay there because she has such a passion for it being done in excellence, being done right. And when it comes off, you'd be like, oh wow.
Mhm.
And she'd be like, are those the same people that was acting up?
Right.
They will have it.
Right.
And she has that. And yes, I would have to get on her sometimes. Because of course she's still human, and many a times she want to walk away. Because hey, mama, I ain't gonna say what all we say, but hey, mama, this is the kid. Girl, you got this. Go ahead. And I'm saying she got it. I can't do it because I'm gonna shut it down. She can. It's part of her gift, and I cannot wait for the world to see who Ursula O. Robinson really is. It's really your time, Ursula. One of the things I would say that I really believe how doors are opening, the heavens are open for you. One of the things that you have always been, always, the 20 plus years is faithful.
Yes, ma'am.
You have always been faithful. She has always been faithful, never selfish. Sometimes I have to pull her back. And that's not usually what you see in a lot of ministries, but yes, in ours, have to pull her back because she has a heart of gold. So to see her doing things, and I still say, take care of you, Ursula.
Mhm.
So what can you say, not just the pastor part, but me being as a coach?
Mhm.
How have I helped you, or have you even listened?
Oh.
When it comes, have you listened when it comes to making yourself a priority?
Yeah. Well, okay. First, let's get to the whole when I listen, because this is what Pastor Faith says to me. Coach Faith says to me, Ursula, you're not listening. As a mom, I heard exactly every word you said. She said, yes, you heard it, but you didn't hear me. Now that's that old school mother wit thing or whatever. And she was like, I just say yes, ma'am. And she said, don't say yes, ma'am, because you want me to stop talking. Because then I'm not gonna stop talking. Right. So but yeah, but what I love about what you do is that you gonna tell the truth. You gonna be honest. And it's something you say all the time. If I have to tell the truth to myself, why would I lie to you?
Right.
And sometimes I remember it was an issue going on, and I was asking somebody, well, what you think about this or something, and they was telling me something. And I like, yeah, this what you saying don't even go together. And I finally said, you know who you gotta ask. And I went straight to you, and you asked me, it wasn't even a whole lot of questions. And you said, boop, boop, boop. I said, what? Well, that's it right there. That's it. That's all the applesauce and the bananas I need. And that's what it is. You're definitely the way in which you involve yourself with the community, and with people who don't necessarily go to our ministry,
Right.
but who come or whatever, one time, two times, on Easter's only or whatever. You have shown us how to love people unconditionally and without judgment, because all of us in our church are very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Not one person to echo out.
No.
Not even one. And I love it. I love it. We're at a place because we don't want nobody judging us.
Right.
Even though I get to like judge me all day if you want, it's not gonna move me out of my place of peace. But I've watched. I'm gonna say even with Ursula, I've literally watched. Y'all gonna say what kind of pastor is this? But I've watched people try to use her,
Mhm.
and I'm the first one to jump. We not a fighting ministry, or like I was in Miss Sister Linda, Miss Linda. But when it came to certain things about her,
Right.
I'm like, no. And then I'm mad with Ursula because I'm going off, they're not going to do this to you, and I'm not going to allow this. And it's not, I wasn't trying to control her life, but I was not about to let people use her because of your gift. And it's amazing how people want to attach themselves to you when you are gifted. So I am used to that part. So one of the things I've always said to you and will continue to say, Ursula, make yourself a priority.
Right.
Ursula, treat yourself because this lady, I'm going to tell you, this lady sitting by me, um, I ain't gonna say get this no shirt off her back because she done gave the dress off and threw it. Y'all saw that part. So I don't need her throwing no more clothes around. But I'm telling you, will sacrifice and give you just to make you happy. She don't even have to know. So there was a part where I'm saying, yes, we must bring some things. We have to know how to do certain things because Ursula O. Robinson have always had a heart of gold. Ursula O. Robinson, have always party, party, party.
Oh yeah, I love a good party.
Now,
I love a good time. Hey,
you want a party plan? All you got to say is party.
Paul, you said Paul, and I got the T and the Y, baby. Cause I do it. I like that. I like being social. I like being around people. I do like people. I like talking to people.
You love people.
I like finding out people's stories. I'm really interested in people's stories, the things that they've gone through and their ideas about stuff.
Yes, because she has put her pastor in some of her places. You're not gonna bring that up, but she will put your sorry in there and have you look up like, we have this talk.
Right.
That's how good because but you show such the light of it. If it's a dark place, you literally a lot of the work you have done was to show people how to come to a better place in more light. And I know a lot of that had to come from experience.
Right, and it did. God has brought me through a lot of various different things. And as I tell my young actors, everything you have read, seen, heard, felt, all those things that you have experienced in through your senses and through your eyes and through your ears, all that stuff everything becomes a part of your experience. So you can take something that you've seen on TV and you can match it with something that maybe has happened in your life that's not like that. But loss is loss. So how do you magnify the loss that you have felt in comparison to that? And you use that as an actor, but you can also use it as a writer. And so I've looked at different things and man, I've had dreams where I know God was downloading stories into my head and I woke up like, I don't know, God. Yeah, that was mighty. That was whoop. That was something. So, but all of those things that I have been through helped me to create work that helps other people. See, I believe that after you see something I do, that you should be changed. Maybe that change won't be that you stop, drinking or that you stop whatever, but that it makes you look at yourself, pat yourself on the back, or say, maybe I can do better, or maybe I can love myself better. But just a change. And I believe that art can do that. It's not really hard. I think about all of the movies and the things and stuff because I like watching movies and I like watching television shows. And I think about all of the ones that I kind of watch are those that kind of shift my thinking a little bit about something, open up my heart or touch me in some kind of way. And even if it is because I started watching some science fiction stuff because I found out I really like sci-fi and fantasy stuff. So even watching those, there's messages, there's things that you can take away. So when I do something, I want to make sure that people have an experience, not just come and just laugh, but maybe leave feeling better about themselves. They can go home and still think about something crazy I did, and it'll take them to sleep that night. And when they wake up in the morning, then I don't know if my stuff gonna last till the morning, but at least they had a moment of levity where they could be like, "Oh man, life is great."
People may not believe this, but Ursula can tell you this is true. And anybody at our ministry, I love to see things that help people,
Yes.
but I am not a big movie watcher.
Yeah.
We can have a movie time and everybody be like, "Are you going?" And it wasn't that. Oh, I would love to go, but am I going to stay awake?
That's it.
That's the part.
Yeah.
But my thing, and in this time, in this dark season,
Yes.
that we are going through and about to literally go through in this world, I believe that we need to have more laughter,
Yes.
more hope,
Yes.
because for some, it's scary.
Yes, it is.
And I believe because it's a part of our vision
Uh-huh.
for the whole man.
Mm-hmm.
And as she said, when she came, it was in, but when Ursula came, it was that place for her because the vision of our apostle was always to have the arts involved.
Mm-hmm.
And I know everybody don't have the arts. They have Easter plays and speakers and Christmas.
Yeah.
But as far as to have the arts as a part of the ministry, and not just, well, the dance was always a debate in some places.
Right.
Um, never with us.
Right.
But the arts is actually crucial, especially in this time.
Right.
In this time, and I'm gonna say to look out because Professor O. Robinson to some, aka Linda to others, Ursula to me, my daughter that don't know how to act sometime to me, along with the other two. Yeah. Um, she's gonna have so much coming out. So look, Viva, I think the things that you're doing is gonna bring life.
Yes.
Bring life. And that's the biggest part of any ministry that should be. It should be a part. We're gonna say, it's different for us, but that is definitely a part of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Light,
It is.
light, and life.
And one of the things that I definitely have come to understand it since being in this ministry is about. So let's just talk about this. And if you're religious, then just go and get your Coca-Cola or something to come back. Let's talk about the slip.
Talk about the slip.
Let's talk about the slip. Y'all ready for the slip? Let me tell you about the slip. When I found out about the slip, I said, oh my. Now I tell my students, always have a line drawn, a line that you will not cross so that you won't make a decision in desperateness. If you say, this is my line, my boundary, and you stick with it, then you won't find yourself doing something that you may regret later. So, and I have a line, and that's between me and God, my line. But this went over my line. This was way, it didn't bother me, except for when they said in the church. And I said, oh my, oh my. So I called Coach Faye and I said, Mom, uh, they want me to take off my clothes in this. No, I said, they want me to wear this slip. And she said, well, I don't see more cleavage on you than in a slip, so I don't see what the problem is.
Indeed.
And, and I said, well, Mama, they want me to take the slip off, and they would take everything off and wear the slip and take my clothes off in church. And she said, aren't you an actor? I said, yeah. She said, well, act. That's what actors do, right? Honey, I went straight right back into my slip. Had my custom made slip on, so you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm saying I was very okay with the scene. And I know a lot of people have had negative things to say about it or whatever. But I could pull up a Google and show you some slip dresses that people are wearing because it's a style now. So I didn't have a problem with the slip, and I didn't have a problem with all those things. I was just like, I didn't want God to be mad with me. But then I said, well, why would God be mad with you when he gave you the job?
And the talent.
Yeah, and the talent. And so I say all that to say that as you see the things that come out from me, it's not going to fit in the box of religion, and it's not going to fit in this box here. But in it, you'll see the glimmer of light. And because what I am going to create and what I'm going to write may not be for everybody.
True.
I may write something that's for this section, and the next time write something and produce something for this section. So all those things kind of the worlds are meshed together at the after the result, if I'm saying that correctly. So the seeds that I plant, the harvest of them, the good harvest of them, will be manifest. But the seeds that I drop may not come in the form of a scripture or that. It could be me making up a parody of a song. It could be me giving somebody a funny joke. It could be somebody watching me be a mama, take her kid out the casket. It can come in so many different ways. So don't measure it by what you may measure ministry, but look at the end result. What's the end result? I've had so many people hug me, laugh with me, say, girl, you a trip, girl, all this other stuff like that. I have had so much of that from people who have met me in person. And remember that the day has only been out 1 week. It's only been out 1 week. And imagine what's going to happen when y'all see me in the next production, because I'm in a TV series called Beauty in Black by Tyler Perry, and it will be on Netflix. Many of you have probably seen the Deadline article about it, and I believe it will be coming out this year. My hope is that it will be this year. So when you see that, keep this speech in mind, boo, because I'm still spreading light. Keep this speech in mind. But and I appreciate that I go to a place where I can talk openly with my pastor about what I'm going through in my career and what I'm going through in my personal life or whatever. And because she wouldn't have told you that story if she hadn't asked me, so I went ahead and told you the story. And so, because I think it's funny, but this is, this is kind of what we get, and I love that. One of the things that we are learning even more about is about boundaries and mindset, and
Correct.
as everything that's the stuff that's going on in the world is coming about, and we're going to see all kind of stuff going on, where's your mindset? Because you can go out and look at the things that are happening around you, and it can make you very sad. But if your mind is in a different place, if you can see it through the eyes of faith, or if you can see it in such a way that it doesn't take you down with it, then you can survive whatever's coming in this world, whatever's going to happen. And so those are great things that I've learned through the ministry. So,
Now I'm going to say,
uh-oh.
and I'm laughing because when I say I'm going to say, she's like, Then I have another daughter that's looking at me like, they're like looking at me like, what is she about to say? But anyway, as I was going to say, um, yes, one thing I can say, Ursula, um, she called me and talked to me, but she didn't have to, because at our ministry, we're not a cult.
Mhm.
So that means we don't control
Right.
the attendees or the members that come. We do not control.
Right.
I deem it as great respect of just asking, and of course, this is what she does. She's an actress. She acts, she writes, she directs, she produces. Is that part? So me, I just own no one that goes to our ministry.
Mhm.
But when she says that, I'm like, girl, please. Yeah, I don't see more cleavage, you coming through the thing and all this. You going you going in this, you hired for a job, you're gonna do it. People, and I know, but see, that's a personal thing. People have problems that she said profanity. Well, the majority of you say profanity in your head. It just don't come out your mouth. But you don't get paid for that. You were acting. That was you. I just want you to understand that. It's a difference. This is a job. So I don't go trying to explain any of parts to deep people. We don't stay in a box. She ain't gonna say to me that part, but
Right.
that was what she
I'm not crazy.
she and
No, I'm just messing.
she got crazy. But it's the thing. This is a part of the craft.
Yes.
It's a part of the gift.
Yes.
And we were very proud of you.
Thank you.
We
very
were
much.
actually very proud
Yes.
of what you did. And she can say, I might not watch everything because I don't take everything in, but I'm a support.
Right.
Not only am I going to support, everyone at SFM is going to always support. So we know what she has. The world is about to see what she has. And I'm telling you, you are in for a treat. But one of my biggest things, and I will probably ride her shoulders, not her coattail, is making sure she keeps herself a priority.
Right.
Making sure she does things for Ursula.
Right.
Because people that don't think right think all kind of stuff. So you may be thinking, oh, she's doing this because someone even said it to me. She's doing this and that. Oh, wow, y'all really gonna be blessed. Well, newsflash, we have always been blessed.
Right.
Always been blessed.
Right.
We're not that place that's trying to come up with ideas like, well, Ursula, can you get this for the ministry?
Right.
No, because we ain't gonna do that, and then I'm not gonna let nobody do it to her. Now that's when I don't step over my bounds. I stay in my bounds. I'm not gonna let someone take, and it's not just Ursula, it's any of the members, because if you have a pure heart, I believe that God will always have somebody there for you. Right. To make sure, because everybody don't have your best interests.
Right. That's true.
Everybody don't have mine, but y'all know how I handle mine.
Right.
So my thing is with her, because of her heart being like, oh, I'm telling you, this lady here, if she could, everybody in her family would have something different or special or whatever. But she got a road to travel. And I want to see her enjoying that what God has given her, presented to her. And matter of fact, I'm telling y'all, I say she got us a heart of gold and all this stuff. This is that a dozen or two?
It's 2 dozen.
2 dozen of red roses behind me comes from my daughter, Ursula. And I was like, where you going with those flowers? I thought he was breaking it for her or something, because she been living a life, y'all. And she brought this tonight, saying happy anniversary. I'm like, wow, let me sit this up here on my table. This is the kind of person she is. And I appreciate it. I really do, because they know I just got into flowers.
Yeah.
So they know me well. But I do appreciate what she has done, because she did not have to do this. So to celebrate, and I just can't believe it's 1 year.
Yeah.
Already. And Ursula was one of my pushers. Everybody at our ministry push each other.
Yes.
We believe in pushing and supporting each other.
Yes.
And I thought this was great, y'all, that she brought 2 dozen of roses just to say happy anniversary. And I appreciate that. A lot of things, and I want to say, and Ursula's going to stay right here with me. We know that things came up today that were not just today, starting last night and all, that was scary, a little scary to people. And fear has jumped into the hearts of many. It was just a small, and you say, Coach Faith, small. It was for what's to come. It was just a small demonstration of the things that are going to be happening during the rest of this year and even going into the new year. And you know that on this platform, I have been saying on this platform, so now it's about a year, about preparing for unexpected
Right.
things that will be happening. Like so many people did not expect not to have a paycheck today.
Right.
And I talked to a couple of people, and they were saying that the postal service here, a lot of them got their direct deposit, but in other areas, people didn't get their paycheck. And of course, you will be upset too. You now worked, and now it's time to get paid, and you don't have a check because of the cyber attack. The things that are going on. Folks ready to fly out, they couldn't fly. They had to wait. They had to spend the night. All this good stuff, and our internet being a big interruption in certain areas, phones being interrupted in certain areas. But we know that and I would say God has gave it to me almost 3 years ago. It's over 3 years now. Over 3 years ago about preparing. I come tonight with a not just preparing this we still need to do, getting non-perishable items, making sure you stack your water ahead of time. Please don't wait till the last minute. Stack your water, stack your non perishable items, have those things that you need, that's easy for you to survive, for your family. It might even be for your neighbors. But I also have been saying to make sure that you put some type of cash to the side that you can get your hands on. Because, like today, many of people did not get their paycheck. Folks went to the bank, and the bank could not help them because the system was shut down. At our ministry, there's not one person. If they do, it's on them. But there's not one person. If we went to the bank and it was shut down, we should lose it. Because we can be like, hey, well, you know what? God forewarned us.
Right.
And we put something to the side. So I'm saying to my faith sharers, Real Wisdom family, put something aside. Have something aside. Have those non-perishable items and those things that you need. But also, I'm gonna lean over because I'm not at my desk, but I'm gonna lean over because God gave me a word and a vision during this time. Now I'm gonna talk to I'm talking to not just church folks, but the scared folks. This is a time where you will have people that are in I'm not going to say ministries, but ministries and out there on the net, on the internet and all this stuff, that will be asking you, or they'll be smarter, they will give you what we call a prophetic word. Well, I give a prophetic word all the time, and I never put a seed on it.
Right.
I've had people, that's what Ursha can be my witness tonight. I've never told not one member, I have this word for you, and I'm going to give it to you, but you got to sow into this word. My husband has never, ever told, when God gives him a word for whoever it is, we don't care whether it's a visitor, whether it's a member, we give the word that God has spoken.
Right.
We don't stand up there and say, you have to seed into this word for it to activate once I release it.
Right.
People, listen to me. Listen to me. There are a big set of prophets and prophetess that are going to get fat off of your money. Do not take your money. So the minute they tell you that you have to sow into them, hey, you better pick that Bible up and you better read all of them books. I don't care if you got to stay up the whole week, and you'll see everywhere where he spoke protection, everywhere where he would have provided. What you have to do, you must activate your faith. I'm going to tell you on tonight, if all you have is $200, you don't need to give it to another man or woman. You need to think, what can I do to multiply this $200? Am I talking right,
You're
Ursula?
talking right.
I'm talking right tonight. I need you to understand because there will be more scamming going on. And I'm just going to be, I, I'm coming past the faith, prophetess faith, whichever one you want to see or say it. But I'm telling you on tonight, do not take your money, giving it, and all these people saying the only way you can be protected is that you sow a seed into my prophetic word. Don't do it. You got a family to take care of. I mean that. Don't do it. It is nothing wrong. I tithe and I give.
Mhm.
But not one time have I ever came on the live and said, y'all need a seed into this. Have people given a seed? Yes, but never me asking.
Mhm.
Don't take people fair,
Yeah.
because that's what folks about to do.
Yeah.
And what we're not going to do over here, I'm going to tell you. Now, if you want to give your money away, that's going to be on you. But what you need to do is come up with a plan and a strategy how to grow. Since you say, that's all I have, I don't have this. If you don't have it, why are you giving somebody else that's not coming to your house? They not coming to your house. Simple things. You need food. They're not coming to your house and buy you food, and you just gave them $1,000. They got you, boo. That's what they did. Don't do it. I'm forewarning you. This is what's going to be happening. This is what's going to be. Yes, it is a lot that's going to be happening. But I have a mentor that always say, um, 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 chaos is a funnel to wealth.
Yes.
I have a mentor that always say chaos is a funnel to wealth. All these people, when they don't get scared, you start thinking, what business can you do? What can you start? What can you do to build and strategize for your house? Do not sit there and get on these lines and give these people thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You're left with nothing, have a dry mouth. Now gave your water money and everything away. Don't do that. Don't do that, because I want to for those who grew up. He has not given us the spirit of fear. So when that comes upon, the worst thing you can do is give out your emotions. The worst thing you can do is operate out of fear, because then you're gonna do all this kind of thing. We sitting here talking about, this writer and producer and director is about to bring all kind of life. With everything going on, that's not going to stop her gift and talent, but it's going to stop somebody else. Listen, people, I love you, and I love you for real. Do not be out here saying, and they tell you, this word came to pass. Okay, if you was given it from God, it should come to pass. Don't sit up here and saying, you better sacrifice and go get you some groceries. That's what you need to do. Now, Ursa over here sniggling, but I'm serious, and she'll tell you I am serious. I don't I'm real. There's nothing about me that's gonna be fake, and I don't believe in using people. I don't believe in making merchandise of the people. Yes, I see, and I say it again. I see, and I will give tithe. As I said to someone, people are not asking for a tithe of 10%. They want your whole seed store. They want everything you got. There is no God in that. They want the whole seed store. That would be like Ursula coming to me and say, "Oh, I need this," and I'm like, "Okay, Ursula, what?" And then she said, "Well, if you do this for me, then I'll do that for you." No, we're not. No, we're not exchanging nothing like that. No, I'm not giving. If I got to give you my money, you got to give me your money for something good to happen. Then you just need to straighten up your head. Okay, that part. Listen, things are going to be happening. I've been talking about preparing for on this platform for a year. I've been talking about it in our ministry for over 3 years.
Mhm.
God had gave it to me. I gave it to the people, and I didn't ask near one of them. I'm not giving y'all this information unless y'all give me $1,000. No, no, no. That's the freely he gives, freely I give. What you want to do is build each other, build the ones around you, family members. Start telling them, get on the budget. Y'all get a budget together because you can't afford to spend all this money now. And I'm just being real. We about at the end of faith sharing, and hey, I was ready to go over, but I need y'all to understand. Talk to your family members about a budget. Talk about, okay, we got to accelerate our savings. Tell them to tell the kids no for unnecessary things. As long as we're feeding you, you have a place to stay, you're doing this, this is what we're going to do. But when it comes to giving away and getting rid of all this money, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that because it's very important that we say time is coming. It was just a little taste of the things that's going to happen. What happens if your lights are out for a week? We talked about that on Faith Shares Real Wisdom. We talked about having charcoal and those real things in the little
Yeah.
canisters. Have all of that around. We talked about those things that if you keep your electricity goes out. We talk about the candles and the lighting. That's what we talk about because that's what's going to help you. Those are the things you need to know. Listen, you cannot spend up all your money. Hey, it's a time to party and it's a time to plan. Plan. Because people were losing it. They're in one of my banks. Navy Federal is one of my banks. And you shutting people out saying there's nothing we can do. But if you have someone on the side, so if you got to wait for a week, you're good.
Mhm.
This is not the time to get in debt. This is the time to try to get out of debt. And if you say, I like, well, you better be saving, but do not sit up here scared, get on the internet. If you're that scared, go to sleep. Because you're making all kind of decisions you shouldn't be making. You are all take a go to sleep. Do not turn on Facebook, Instagram, um, YouTube, none of these things. If you feel you that scared and you about to give your last, okay, you are not that lady with the two mics. Or was it three? Either way, she gave it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
3 months.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not no Bible scholar.
But you got one.
But I
You
got
get it.
one, ain't it?
So you need to know. Do not. I am so serious. You know, we laugh. We love to have fun, but I love people. I really do, and I want all of us to be ready because that was a scary thing for a lot of people. But the first thing I said, not one person, and I meant that, not one person at our ministry better be like, oh God, no, because everybody have to be ready. Everybody should be ready because we had over 3 years to prepare. So I am saying with you, a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of things are going to be coming up. Do not walk around in fear. This is going to be a very interesting, and that's how I'm going to say it, a very interesting rest of the year.
Mhm.
We about to go into August. I am telling you, make sure, and I will say this, I always say this even at our ministry, make sure that your relationship with God is straight. Make sure that your prayer life, your time that you commune with Him, make sure that that's up. Make sure that that is straight. Because I got news for y'all that only things you can only hear it from one place. I promise you, God will speak to you. I promise you. He will speak to you. He will talk to you. He will warn you. I know some people teach differently and say that you can only hear God through me. You show me that in the Bible, and I'll give you mine. Now, I ain't give you no money, but I give you my Bible. Now, I ain't give you no money because it's a personal. It says Study. You got to study to show yourself. So I this is why they Ursula, I'm not on Ursula's phone. What are you doing? This and that. What? No, she don't have to call me and say, "Can I get on whatever they was on
Yeah.
and get in the store and try on clothes and see if 3,000 people like what I'm gonna
Yeah.
put up?"
Oh,
No. Because she has her own relationship.
mhm.
If it's something wow out there, they know I'm here for 'em. But I'm talking about is very important. Do not get in fear and start running and giving these people on the internet in a building, I don't care what, all your money. There is no biblical nothing for that. Nothing. I got my 10. He left me 90. I'ma do. Don't get in fear. And these folks, listen, now I'm not gonna put my services out like that. Now I'm a coach. I get paid for that part. And then I'm a reasonable coach.
Mhm.
I'm a very reasonable coach. Because now you that's different. That's my business. But we do not stand up and tell people I got a word for you. If that was the case, I'd be rich.
Mhm.
And because the word come to pass, I will be really rich. Don't y'all get scared. When off this, if you not in the room for me to see you, that is fine. You hear me on YouTube and you see me on TikTok or where else, don't y'all give these people all y'all money and they riding and looking fine. And you trying to find out how you gonna pay your light bill. Don't do it. Don't do it. Faith sharing real wisdom gonna tell you, don't do it. Coach Faith gonna tell you, don't do it. Pastor Faith gonna tell you, don't do it. And God knows Prophetess Faith is gonna tell you, do not do it. Do not do it. This is a time. If you're not, look, come on, get your mind together, get your budget together, get all this stuff together, and do what is necessary. If you say I'm gonna have a business, let's do it. Do what it takes because nobody, whoever becomes the president, none of them showing up at your doorstep, not a one, and gonna say, "Hey," and I've been saying this at our ministry for years.
Mhm.
I vote, I do my voting, and I'm going to vote, but not one of them are going to show up at my house and say, "Hey, what do the Washingtons want this week?" They're not showing up to your house. You got to take care of business. You got to provide for your home. Make sure your family is straight. Start with the family in the house. I love y'all. Ursula, would you like to say anything else before we close?
I would like to say it's been a pleasure. Congratulations again on your first year. And I'm thankful to have you in my life. And I'm thankful for everyone who is here, everyone, all of SFM and our sisters and brothers at other churches, our sisters and brothers all over the world, people we
You're right.
know, people we love. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for this platform and this opportunity. And I would just like to say that if you see me on the street and some Melinda show up, I still love the Lord. Yeah. Now don't come on in and try to test my salvation, honey. Yeah. Don't do
Especially
that. Right.
if
Don't
she ain't by herself and she
Yeah.
had one of her sisters with her.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you now, I am not responsible. I am not responsible because we a place of love. But the females as apostle, we always say when it comes to the females there, I be like, oh, you ain't got to worry because we have it on lockdown.
Right.
And we are very protective of each other.
Yes.
So, and I always said, hey, Jesus had a Peter. I need y'all to understand, Pastor Faith got some Peters.
Yes.
And I say Ursula's one of them in that part, but
Yeah.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
we have each other back.
Yeah.
But I do have some Peters.
Yeah.
So Jesus had a Peter, and I got some Peterettes.
Peterettes.
Some Peterettes. I had some Peterettes.
Patitias.
Yeah, Patitias.
Patitias.
I had some Patitias. I have a good bit of Patishas
Yeah,
over on this side,
right.
over on this side of the kingdom.
Yeah.
They over there. So, but Ursula, we're proud of you.
Thank you so much.
And there's so much more to come.
Thank you. I
And
know it is.
you will always be Ursula
Yes,
to
I
us.
always will be.
Because one thing we know, now that's one thing we are. When God starts blessing, we are more humble.
Yes.
We're more humble. So I am glad, and I just wanted to bring uh one of my spiritual daughters on, but everybody know, aka Miss Linda. Miss Linda did her thing. Up in that they I told her, I said, when I get home, because I was at a family reunion, I'm going to watch it. And I made it through. I made it through. I watched it, and I was very proud of you.
Thank you.
But I already know it's in you, so I'm not shocked.
Right. I know.
Really, but and I'm gonna tell you, if you ever are in Orangeburg and you visit the ministry, I'm gonna tell you it is a place with real people, and she forever doing something to make somebody laugh. So she's forever. Her and a couple more make somebody laugh. We just real people
Real people.
over here. But I'm so pleased, and I'm glad that you are enjoying your time.
Yes.
But make sure that you keep you that.
Yes.
That's the only thing I'm gonna ride her on, is making sure she makes sure that she is a priority, and she's treating herself as such and taking care of her. Because I don't believe you love people if you don't care enough
Right.
to make sure they're loving on themselves.
Right.
That is my assignment, to make sure all of those, everybody at our ministry, are loving on themselves and getting their dreams and things they need done.
Yeah. And in fact, the same love and concern that you just showed me is the same thing that she does towards everyone.
Yeah.
So this is a
No
conversation.
favorites.
Yeah, where she says, "Are you prioritizing yourself?" If she met Obama, she would say, "Former Mr. President Obama, are you prioritizing yourself? Are you making yourself a priority? Because this is really a big part of who she is, and making sure that people can reach their destiny, right? Without going through a whole bunch of stuff that they don't need to." One of the things that Coach Face has said a lot is, "Let my experience be your wisdom."
Yes.
And so, and I say, yeah, some people are like, "Oh my God, this was a mother-daughter kind of conversation that we're sharing with you guys, so you can see, because this woman has been, and Apostle Washington have been so influential in my life, in that I came here as a professor with really like maybe one connection or two connection, and this whole church embraced me and took me in. And so, not just as somebody they saw on Sunday, but no, these are people that I hang with. And my BFF goes to my church, and the people that support me, the people, the person cooking me is also my BFF. The lady who does my hair goes to my church. My my business and financial advice, he goes to our church. So, not to say that there's anything, but we got so many different things, and we love sharing and making sure that everyone is a champion. And that is our cause, to champion people, period.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you're right. We are one big family, and none of us, except if you have kids or something, are related.
Not
So
really.
we're
Right.
not related. We are a family church, but we are related, because we come in and everything is there.
Yeah, everything is there. We have a lot
so
of skin.
yes, go ahead.
Before you go, let me ask you some questions. I know we're going a little bit over, but let me just stay for a moment, because this is her anniversary. And so, her anniversary, she tried to toss all this on me and da da da. But let's put something back over this way, okay? So, I don't know if y'all know who Faith Washington is. I don't know if you know all that she's been through. Some people know her. A lot of people know her in this area, because Faith Washington is 6'11", 6 feet. How tall?
I saw some 5'11" and a half.
She's 5'11" and a half. She's 5'11" and a half, and when she got on her heels, she all of 7. Okay. And so it's hard to kind of miss her if you see her.
You ain't gonna miss
Yeah,
me.
you're not gonna miss her. And I have seen her grow in leadership as a woman, as a mother. She took on in after the age of 30, 40, after 40, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, way after 40. She took in 3 babies after 50. She took in 3 babies and is raising her second set of children. And then she's also doing the work that she does through the ministry. She's just written a book. She also has several degrees. Yes. And
they mean nothing to me.
yeah, I mean nothing to you. But you know she has a degree in what's your
Early childhood.
early childhood education. And you got another one in early childhood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and another one in early childhood education. And she used to own a daycare. She was that lady that you would meet in Bible study, the kids' Bible church or children's church, who will make sure that if you act right, she'll give you something. But if you act crazy, she gonna let you know that you acted crazy, right? Yeah. So she was that lady in Bible study, and so that's who she is. But she's also a florist. She makes beautiful arrangements. So she could do that. So I know if I hope I'm using the correct term, but she can do wonderful arrangements. If you see her office, she's an interior decorator. She has a very beautiful, exotic sometimes sense of clothing and jewelry. The first time I ever saw someone mix up necklaces was Faye Washington. She loves people to the point where she'll sacrifice for someone else to have. And I have seen her do that. I have seen her love and deal with people that other people would never deal with. So that kid in the class or that kid at school that's hard headed and won't do anything will do something with her. It's some kind of thing that those people that people push away are drawn to her. And so that's part of her special gifting also. She's an amazing wife and she don't mind talking to the ladies about wife things and lady things and all that stuff. If you meet her in person, I promise you, you're going to feel like you've known her, but also this, you're gonna love her. Cause she gonna tell you the truth and she gonna tell you a joke. And then she gonna tell you the truth again. So I am so honored that the world is getting the opportunity to share Faith's wisdom. Her name is actually Faith, and she has her entire life had to prove that she was worthy of the name because she has lived by faith. She has had 0 and she has had 100. And all with 0 to 100, she learned a lot of things. And that's the wisdom that she imparts to us. But not only that, because sometimes you can deal with people who can be gatekeepers and don't want people in their ministry, their group, or whatever to be a part of other things. Well, through the leaders of our church, they've introduced us to billionaires, to entrepreneurs, to people from all walks of life, all kinds of people that we have connections with so that we can be who we need to be holistically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. So that is part of kind of just what I love and what she loves. So that's a little bit of Faye Washington. And if I had a husband come in here, oh my, yeah, we're not gonna do it because if he come in here, he gonna take up a whole 2-3 hours just telling you about how much he loves this woman. And I have heard him go on about how much he loves this woman. And so I appreciate the wisdom that you have shared with us for a year. And on behalf of the Spiritual Foundation Ministry, thank you for the wisdom you always bring to us. And now we're glad to share you with the word.
Well, thank you, Ursula. I appreciate those words, And Ursula will tell you, it gets her no extra points.
No,
So,
no brownie point for them.
none. I don't do it. I have no favorites, none of that. I love all my people. And I love them because I love them for real.
Yes.
And I think any great leader will want their people to have more than they have.
Right.
That's what I say.
Mhm.
And I believe, and my husband believes the same.
Right.
Any great leader will want their followers to have more. Just like you should want your children to have more than you have.
Mhm.
And that's us. And that's how the ministry operates.
Yeah.
And because it's not ours.
Right.
It belongs to God,
Right.
and we are kingdom dwellers.
Right.
So we all have to have. When one go up, hey, she do the work, but we got the awards with her.
Right.
So
Yes.
when she do like, oh, Ursula got a part. Oh, we got a part.
Yes. Yes.
So but and always know that for all of you, never be an envious person. Never be a person that don't want to see others grow.
Mhm.
Always want to see people have more.
Right.
Not the same. Well, I believe that shows a real heart. Not the same as I have, but have more
Mhm.
than I have because there is so much for all of us. So again, Ursula, we thank you. And I'm gonna tell you, our actress, she came, had the show, and was right there at VBS working with the kids because that's what we do. Working with the kids. Again, being an assistant and doing that because that's what we do. It's about seeing a need and meeting it. And we had a fabulous
Yes.
VBS. We
Yes.
had a young lady. She's not on Facebook, but her name is Farrah Glover. She is it.
Yes.
She, as they like to say, she's the bomb Diddy.
Yes.
I just love the people that God has entrusted us with,
Mhm.
and just all of you. I love you for real. Thank you for coming to Faith Shares Real Wisdom. We'll be back if nothing happens Friday night. Come on, get those budgets together, get those strategies together. Do not operate in fear and start giving away your money, talking about somebody's I'm going to cover you. I'm giving you just some common sense, some things to do to get through this, okay? This is what the Father wants you to know because all of this other stuff, they're not coming. If I got to give you $1,000 for you to tell me to go buy groceries, I ain't even gonna go there. There's an issue. If I gotta give you $5,000 for you to tell me to park my car, the high premium one, okay. I just want y'all to get it. I'm so serious because I see and the Lord showed me where people are literally going to make a lot of money. Make a lot of money off of people's fear. So if you're gonna do it right. Don't do it as a scam. Okay. I love you. Um, I'm not gonna. I see a family member, but I ain't gonna call them out because they told me not to call them out. But I'm just gonna say it's a family member that my mama first cousin. That's all I'm gonna say. My mama first cousin on there. We ain't gonna call her name. But thank you all for coming, and AKA Miss Linda, for being here, and look to see much more from her. And I am grateful for all the doors that have opened and all the doors that will remain open
Amen.
for you. Love you. Y'all have a great night.
Amen.